Well, I was gaining a sense that the mainstream media was lying to us when they were saying that the American people weren't happy with Elon Musk running Doge. Well, surprise, surprise, it's not true. The American people are on Musk's side. And joining me to discuss is the head pollster for Rasmussen Reports, Mr. Mark Mitchell. Mark's been doing an incredible job at polling voters as to how they feel about Elon Musk. And he's got a great one that just dropped. So let's talk about this, Mark. Thank you for being here. You just recently dropped this big poll, and I love it because it's 55% of voters approve of Elon Musk running Doge, and 38% of them strongly approve of him running Doge. So let's talk about that.
Well, it's just an extension in a theme that we've been talking about for a very long time, which is Donald Trump might be the most popular politician that we poll on right now, but his platform is even more popular than he is, and that's why he's won. People don't care if there's videos of ICE agents breaking down doors and rounding people up. That's what they voted for. 59% of people still appreciate that that's happening. And so here it's like one of the things is that I think the Democrats, the mainstream media, the oligarchy sees this unparalleled control they've had over the keys of power, over the ability to harvest taxpayer dollars with zero oversight, slipping out of their fingers, and, and they have to do something, and they're losing their ability to control the voters. They don't have it anymore. They're trying to jumpstart a resistance everywhere. You can look at the term constitutional crisis on Google Trends, and just in the last 3 days, it's been Googled 8 to 10 times more than any full year, going back all the way to the beginning of Google data in 2004. They're trying to do the same thing with grocery prices, and it's not working. People love Doge. I mean, the question is really clear. Do you approve or disapprove of Elon Musk being in charge of the Department of Government Efficiency, cutting waste in the federal government? 38% strongly approve, 37% strongly disapprove, but we know who they are. They are on Blue Sky, they're on Reddit, they're the mainstream media watchers on MSNBC. But like that's absolutely huge. That's plus 11. Now, Donald Trump has been catching up to Doge. Donald Trump is at plus 10 today with a 54% approval rating. So that is wild. Those are
Mhm.
really high numbers. And they're also, I think, trying to concern troll about all of the state of chaos in America right now. But I can tell you right now, and this is the first time I've said it live on air, people are happier than they've ever been in Rasmussen's polling history as measured by right direction, wrong track. For the first time, and we have data going back to 2010, for the first time, right direction exceeds wrong track, 47% to 46%. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, Chuck Schumer. It's not working. Your resistance has failed.
I love that. It's so incredible because I know the American people at home, this is what we voted for. And they keep saying, oh, we didn't vote for Elon Musk. No, we voted for accountability, and Elon Musk represents just that. And when it comes to favorability, too, I mean, he's got a high favorability rate right now. You guys polled it, and 52% of voters said that they view him in a favorable way. 43% find him to be unfavorable. So again, the majority of Americans really do like Musk. And the best part too, and they keep fear mongering, Mark. I just walked our audience through in the last segment all the fear mongering tactics that they're using in regards to Doge, cutting off US aid. It's not working because when you look at this other poll that you guys just also put out, 80% of voters consider it very important to reduce waste, fraud, and abuse in regards to the federal government. So again, they're missing the mark. You guys seem to have your finger on the pulse when it comes to what the American people want.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Think about forcing your political opponents to have to stand on the very tenuous ground of actually like opposing the uncovering of government waste. Because even Democrats, I mean, you don't get to an 86% number without a majority of Democrats. And I will admit they're 20 points less likely to say it's very important than Republicans, but they still say it by like, it's 8 out of 10. So yeah, this is the new normal for Democrats, and the Elon Musk numbers. Listen, these are just from a few days ago. So we're talking about after their full court press on the Nazi salute.
Mhm.
And what it turns out is like those things used to be very effective. We had a pretty strong percentage of people in America thinking that January 6th was a bigger threat to democracy than the Civil War, and a lot of people probably believe the P dossier. Like it goes on and
Yeah.
on. But now it's like no, the only people that think that Elon Musk was really giving a Nazi salute turn out to be all of the people paid by USAID on Reddit. That's it. So the resistance is broken. And I'll tell you, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's over, but the Republicans and Trump can't finish halfway here. Like, they have to go the whole way because the pendulum will swing back very hard if they don't salt the earth after they fix this. They need to install strict measures. Like, there needs to be strict criminal accountability and strict measures for oversight, independent analysis, and it'll help by cutting the government massive amounts. But they're crazy. If they ever get him back in power in the current state of mind of the Democrat Party, like, look out. It's going to be wild.
Yeah, and that's the thing I was talking with Jesse Kelly as well, because we talked about how just defunding and firing people isn't enough. People need to go to prison for what they've done. They need to be prosecuted for what they've done because they've committed legitimate crimes. A lot of this that we're seeing, it's not just an outrageous number. I mean, let's just go with the number of $50 million worth of condoms going to Gaza. It's not going to Gaza, and those probably were
No.
the money was probably wasn't used for that. There were probably people who took a little bit of cash for themselves and all of that. So we need to not only just defund them, but we need to put people prison because this can't happen again. And like you said, when Democrats, because they likely will get back into power one day, we need to make sure that they understand that when it comes back to Republicans, that there will be accountability if they do overreach. And that is really critical here. Mark, before you
Yeah.
go, I wanted to do one more poll because I thought this was really important too when it comes to the immigration issue, because often we hear those in the corporate media bashing President Trump for his stance on all of this. But you did another poll, which I think is incredible. 54% of voters support limiting automatic birthright citizenship to births where at least one parent is a U.S. citizen or a legal resident. So let's talk about that for a sec, because I think that's a hot topic. It might not be on the front of people's minds right now, but it's about to be soon because there's so many court challenges going on right now.
Well, I think, again, this is one that somebody else besides Rasmussen never would have pulled on. And what you see is that it's got a plus 20 support among all voters. And here's what I would say to Republicans is watch what's happening to Democrats right now and wake the hell up. Because I think Republicans are spineless and probably want to wait until they get an 80% issue where 80% of voters back them on anything. And you're never going to get that again. 55-35 situation is like, that's a gimme because you're never getting that 35, and those 35% of people are insane. And so they need to form ranks around Donald Trump and push this thing through. Like, this needs to be Sherman's March to the Sea. We have to come out on the other side of this with everything fixed because, they were talking about packing the Supreme Court 4 years ago.
Mhm.
If they get back in power, they're going to do that. They're actually going to do that. And what this comes down to is this is going to be on the backs of the voters because they're going to measure the the new state of the Democrat Party, whatever forms out of these ashes. And I hope they
Yeah.
measure correctly. And I think Donald Trump and his team need to be proactive about sort of greasing the skids and getting everybody, because the people who think that the country's on the right direction now, 47%, they don't know how deep this goes. They're
Yeah.
not they're not ready for thousands of people to be tossed into jail. They're not ready for the state of New York to be indicted by the DOJ. So I think they need to be more aggressive about putting, fireside chats out or podcasts where they really go into what they uncovered because the scope is sick. And if people find out, I think they will support a very brutal overhaul of the U.S. government.
Yeah, yeah, and those details are going to come out, and I think people are listening. Cable news has lost its grip on the American people, and they all know it now, and they fear just that. I wanted to wrap with this. Earlier today, President Trump did speak, and he had this great quote about Senator Mitch McConnell, who seems to not be voting for any of President Trump's nominees in the Senate, saying this: he let the Republican Party go to hell. If President Trump didn't come around, the Republican Party wouldn't exist right now. And I think that is 100% true that President Trump did save the Republican Party. Like you just said, I mean, they just don't seem to understand where voters are. And without President Trump, we wouldn't be here today enjoying what we see now, which is a massive, massive landslide victory. And I do hope for the changes that are needed to be made, that they're made, they're concrete, and that's when Republican or Democrats come back in power, they can't reverse any of this. But we'll see. It's going to be a heck of a fight. Mark Mitchell, as always, thank you. I wouldn't consider myself to be an expert on some topics, but this one that I'm about to tell you about, I am an expert on. If you follow me on social media, you know I'm all in on the carnivore diet, and I know a good steak when I eat one. And it took me a very long time to find an incredible American Wagyu company that delivers to my door. And folks, I've found it. It's ozarkwagyu.com. That's ozarkwagyu.com. This is a small farm in Missouri. It's family owned. We've had them on this program before. It's literally a husband and wife and their kids who have created this incredible product that they deliver right to your front door. There are so many amazing items. My favorite, the hot dogs, they're amazing. There's no like mystery meat included in this. It's literally just all beef, Wagyu beef hot dogs. They are amazing. Head on over right now to ozarkwagyu.com. Use promo code BREE because although you're seeing the savings right now with the sale price that's going on, you're going to get an extra savings when you use that promo code BREE. That's promo code BRE. Let me give you some recommendations. Just told you about the hot dogs. Also, check out, especially if you have a family, the Denver steak. I mean, I ordered that and I had that delivered to my door. That was good for a family of 3. Now, I crushed it. It took about 2 days to do so, but this is definitely something that's great for a family to have. It was incredible, full of flavor, and it was amazing. So head over to ozarkwagyu.com. Use that promo code BRE. That's promo code BRE. You're going to want to do that because there's a sale going on right now, but you're going to get additional savings for just listening to this show. And the best part, there's no mRNA vaccines being used on their cattle. I know because I've asked. So again, folks, head over to ozarkwagyu.com and use that promo code BRE. That's promo code BRE to save.